This is the biggest difference between men and women. There is a common belief in our society that men and women are fundamentally different. That belief exists first and foremost because contrast is more interesting than similarity. Masculine, feminine, order, chaos, logic, emotion, these polarities create conflict, and conflict creates interest. That's why industries built on compelling stories, cinema, television, and even stand-up comedy naturally focus on emphasizing the differences between men and women. We also become more aware of differences the closer we are to one another. A married couple may share many core values and worldviews, yet the fact that the woman tends to be more sensitive and communicative, for example, while the man is a bit more assertive and more interested in technology than in interpersonal interaction, can make them feel very different from one another. These differences shape how labor is divided between them, and they're also what lead to frustration and disappointment when expectations aren't met. Those are the moments we remember, not the moments when everything works in harmony. Another important point is that small differences in averages create large differences at the extremes. For example, almost all murderers are men and almost all prisoners are men, but when it comes to non-extreme forms of violence, men and women are violent at similar rates. The difference lies in how that violence is expressed. Male violence tends to be more direct and physical, while female violence is more indirect, whether through passive-aggressive jabs or through gossip and behind-the-scenes reputation damage. Social media amplifies this difference. Face-to-face physical male violence isn't greatly affected by social networks. You can't physically confront thousands of people at once, but social media features that allow anonymous, venomous comments or attacks within closed Facebook groups that exclude the person whose reputation is being damaged make it much easier for female forms of aggression to be expressed. So even though it's easy to sell us books that claim that men are from Mars and women are from Venus, the truth is that men and women are more similar than different. But if we still want to understand what the biggest difference between men and women is, we can sum it up by saying women are more interested in people and relationships, and men are more interested in things and hierarchies. Men tend to find meaning in systems, tools, abstract goals, and status within a hierarchical structure. Women find more meaning in creating harmony and caring for others. That's why there are more men in professions such as engineering, physics, plumbing, and construction, and in competitive fields like law, senior management, and politics. And women are more interested in education, psychology, therapy, and medicine. These differences are cross-cultural, and in fact, they get bigger the more egalitarian a society is. Meaning that the rate of female engineers per capita is higher in Iran and Pakistan than the rate of female engineers in Sweden and Norway. In addition, men will be willing to risk more in order to find meaning, and thus there are more male entrepreneurs and also more men who go bankrupt, while women tend to sacrifice meaning for security. Thank you for watching.